Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
Sir. Season 2, man. We back. Yes, sir. Round of applause for season 2. Yes, sir. Don't let that ride, man, for a little bit. Let the beat ride for a little bit. You already know who on the beach, man.
We on our Russell.
Already know who on the
Grinding,
beach.
our hustle.
Russell, man. Back, season 2. Better than ever. You know we got Neek with us, man. You know we got Neek with us, man. Yeah. You know what time it is, right?
Yeah. Good? Yeah.
Can't forget about our man Nick. Can't forget Neighborhood Nick in the building. Can't forget that. Yes, sir. Can't forget ourselves either. Yeah, I've been working, man. Come on. I've been working, man. I had a little pause in there. I've been working, man. We here, man. But, yeah, man.
Hey, man. It's been a crazy month, man. Just not recording the pod. You know, it's been a part of our daily thoughts and weekly schedule since June.
Yep.
But it was needed. It was needed to kind of take a step back, man, and get some life things back in order. Reflect on how to make the podcast better. We have a lot of great things, man, in store for this season, but I'm really proud of what we did in season 1, man. And you know,
got it from the mud.
Yeah, straight out the mud. You know, straight out your room. Literally your bedroom.
Literally.
So
freaking grass
you
cut
know,
in the background, fans in the background.
Mom, say it's time to eat.
That's the best impression of your mom, though. I ain't gonna hold
That was pretty good.
Yeah. She may not appreciate it though. I don't sound like that, Cedric. I'm gonna beat you,
Cedrico.
Yo, it's crazy. So, like that caused me.
Hold on.
What was good? Oh, we got to introduce
Season
ourselves.
2, and we still
didn't. Yeah, this is
we
typical.
still didn't even
us.
do it, man.
Yeah, so co-host here, Marshall Hamilton.
Austin Hamilton, co-host, man. Clocking the podcast. Shout out to all the listeners, the viewership on YouTube, all over the world, man.
Yep.
You know, you guys have been the inspiration, and you know, we appreciate you guys and appreciate you guys for riding the wave and making it here with us to season 2. So we love y'all, man, and we're gonna do this big time.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, man.
Let's get it. Clock in. So that's a good segue, man, because you know, first thing I wanted to talk about is what we're thankful for. You know, we just came off Thanksgiving, and you just kind of said one of the things, man, which is the support.
Yep.
You know, the support. You know, we're not doing this, and we never did this for us. You know, we wanted to use this brand and this movement to inspire others, and thankfully it's done that, right? And you know, all the support, listening wise, a few subscribers, the apparel, just sharing it with other people. And I think the biggest thank you to us would be you embracing the lifestyle within your own lives, right? You know, you clocking in as a lifestyle. I don't know what that sounds.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's karma. That's karma for us talking about the lawnmower.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, man. Like that's how I see it. Like the biggest thing you can do is actually take the message and apply it. You don't have to post about it every time. You know, you don't have to even let us know. Like if you're embracing the clocking lifestyle, and improving yourself, that's the biggest thing.
And speaking of the application of it, I mean, we're gonna talk about this, but I mean, think about our friends and what they've started. You know, with different businesses, and even we got MVP starting their own podcast. You
Yep.
know, shout out to our guy Pedro, and his podcast. Let me look at it.
Yeah,
we
check
got
that
the
out, man.
screen, the Pedro portion, man. I actually listened to his first episode. Super, super good, man. You know, talking to his friends and talking about how they first met, and you know what they got going on. But you know, that's the beauty of it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
we kind of trailblazed people really tapping into their gifts and talents, and you know, it's that's what it's about.
For
That's
sure.
what it's about. And you know, I'm sure we're gonna continue to do that for other people. But you know, at its purest form, man, that's what clocking is really all about.
Absolutely, man. Our dad is going to start his podcast
Yep.
this week. You know, like you said, people have started their own, you know, businesses or pursued things that maybe, you know, they kind of had on the back burner. And you know, we fortunately, you know, were able to be an example, you know. So, you know, I'm thankful for a lot, man. This year has been a great year for me.
Yeah.
A year of change, constant change. You know, for our family, it's been an awesome year. We really started to build the foundation for where I think God has us individually and collectively as a family. And that's what it's about, man. Building that family legacy that can be passed on. So yeah, man, I'm really, really thankful just in general. You know, I could talk all day about everything, but
Yeah.
that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, definitely share same sentiments. You know, there's so much to be thankful for, man. Even in this climate of 2020
Yep.
and all that the years brought. But I think, you know, specifically for me, man, and it's cliche, but like family, you know, having a family that supportive, loving, you know, because a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have family that they can lean on and go to
Right.
in times of need. So family, man, it's always going to be the forefront for me and for our collective family. And you know, it's a blessing, man, because that's all you got. That's all we got
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day, dog. And you know, it's special, man. So cherish your family, man. Tell them you love them. Tell them that you're thankful for them. Not just in the month of November, but you know, throughout the course of the year.
Exactly. And I've seen more deaths of people unexpectedly. So you just never know, man. You never
don't.
know. Not to be negative, but you just never know, and you don't want to have regrets.
Yeah.
Because you took for granted a relationship that you can't get back. So, speaking of that, I'm thankful for Marva Hamilton's mac and cheese. You feel me?
Amen. Amen. E.
Hey, amen.
Yo, Meek, have you ever had her mac and cheese?
You had it, bro. You had it.
Yes, you
You
have.
had it. You know when? Because you know how our parents would pick a day to cook the pregame meal. My mom came to the joint. She came to the joint with
You probably didn't
red
have a great
rice.
game, to be honest with you.
red rice,
You was probably slumped.
fried chicken, mac and cheese, cornbread, and green beans, bro.
That's crazy.
And
dog.
and
I
Wheeling.
can't
So we
believe-
ended up. I remember we played Robinson at home. We played. I mean, I
course
didn't.
he's gonna
I didn't
remember.
play that year, so I remember a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing a lot of observation that year. I was interning that year, unpaid, with playing time. But anyways, I remember because we came out so slow, bro. We came out so slow, and so then Coach Wheelan pulls my mom aside after the game. She's like Mrs. Hamilton,
Yeah.
that was the best pregame meal, maybe the best meal I've ever had in my life. But you know, the fellas, they came out a little slow. You know, they had a little food coma. You know, the itis came out.
No, I don't remember that part, but no, I remember that her bringing the food.
Yeah.
I was like, this is food.
Yeah.
This is food.
This is real food.
Now we're gonna have to hook you up.
So the
man.
next year, our senior year, the year after you graduated, needless to say, we had salad and
Salad, pasta.
Food.
yeah. Nah, we did. She brought spaghetti and
Yeah.
sauce and
And that, honestly, that's what you're like supposed to eat, you know.
Nah, you supposed to eat that good fried chicken and cheese.
I remember.
Jeez, man.
Because I felt, I knew I wasn't playing, so I was really getting it in. You know what I'm saying? I was really clocked into that meal. But I was like, dang, if I feel this way, like I wonder how like the
Did we
dude
win?
should. Yeah, we won. But the first half we just came out slow.
Probably had
Yeah.
smooth 12 or something.
Yeah, Nico was one of our leading
Got
scorers.
got your average. You was good.
15.
Yeah, 15 piece, man.
Yeah.
But speaking of mac and cheese, I don't know what you saw.
I saw some blasphemy. That's what I saw. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm bothered.
real
I'm
live.
bothered,
The
Can
people
you
need to-
pull up the indicators? Can you pull that up?
Yeah, let's go to that, man. The
Because
people,
we
did
tried to
not-
help y'all out.
they did
know.
not
'Cause
take.
that's what
our
we're about.
advice.
We're about helping the people. And we posted on the Clock and Pod account the key indicators of good mac and cheese.
Okay, let's go through it, man.
Let's go do it. Number one,
Let's see here.
it has to be served in a square or rectangular dish. I mean, if it's not in that, geometrical shapes, then you shouldn't indulge.
I saw a lot of spherical. Like you shouldn't be able to measure a circumference, right? The circumference is circular.
You have to be able to have a corner slice.
Exactly. How
Yeah,
do
that's a freaking great point, dog.
no, but like you put that joint in a
Slice has that.
circular dish. It's mac and cheese pie now. Like how do you
That's
cut?
cobbler. That's like cobbler.
Yeah.
It's like what is this? And I know for a fact that this is the next one, right? All this stuff it works together. The cheese to noodle ratio is not going to be right in a spherical dish.
It won't. It won't.
It will create a soupy effect.
Yeah. See, Eric.
Bowls are for
Eric-
soup.
Eric
How
is
many years
Yeah.
have you had my mom's mac and cheese?
Every year.
And you're
That's a career high.
you're in his mid
I made it
30s.
another year.
Yeah, the streak. Yeah, you're on a streak.
He's in his
dog.
mid-30s.
That can't be unbeaten.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been at least 30 years. He's had 30 years of indulging into marvelous mac and cheese.
The marvelous Mac. Marvelous
Mac.
Marvelous Mac.
Yeah. We should.
That should be a shirt, dog.
That should be a shirt. We need to. Gladys Knight had her little pie joint. We need to.
Trust me, I've been trying to get mom
Um,
to get in her bag, but that's gonna be a project.
Yeah.
We gotta get her going.
Yeah, we definitely gotta.
Let's move on.
Help her out.
Move on number 3.
Yeah, number 3, golden brown top crust. Again, that's a reflection of the cheese.
It's a reflection of perfection. That's a bar.
Yeah, that's a bar.
That's a
man.
bar.
Yeah. Air horn for that one.
It's a reflection of perfection.
They threw the breadcrumbs on?
If you put breadcrumbs,
I don't want no panko on
Yeah.
nah, dog.
Tested, I'm testing
There
y'all.
shouldn't be any crunch.
Yeah,
there shouldn't be
man, I
any
don't-
crunch.
Like, I've had it before. It's cool, but like, that's not where I come
if it's
from.
like a restaurant appetizer, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'll let it slide.
That's not where I
But
come from.
homemade
Nah.
Thanksgiving, nah,
You
man.
gotta show out. That's
Nah,
Yeah.
dog.
don't be, I posted this and it was like, don't be messing up. Don't be trying new stuff on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no,
That's not the time
No.
to experiment.
it isn't, man.
That's not the time to experiment,
isn't,
man.
man.
Not at all. You
You
gotta have.
experience when you
If it
start.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, you gotta have like years of people slicing your dish. Like that dish that you make, like it has to be certified.
Well, to me, that's like you tried out every year and you made the team. You're on the starting 5. You got your dish on the starting 5.
Yeah.
Now you want to try. You want to show some flash.
Right.
Right.
Try something.
You've been a rebounder and a defender for 5 straight years.
all
and now you
defensive
want,
team.
And now you want to start shooting threes.
Right.
Like, no.
Stay in the paint.
Stay in the paint.
Stay in the
champ.
paint.
That's like Dennis Rodman, getting greedy and like, man, I'm gonna work on my my mid range game. No, son.
Nah.
You have
Nah.
7 championships. It worked.
Yeah, some of y'all need to just
You just gotta rebound. Sometimes Y'all need to rebound, and what I mean rebound, y'all just need to do the dishes. You need to do the dishes, man. My goodness.
All right, number 4, help required to finish scoop. Again, look, you can't in a square dish with the wrong cheese to noodle ratio. That joint is gonna be a clean scoop.
Yeah.
Like here's how you know. Here's how you know it's bad. If you scoop that joint and macaroni's flying,
Yeah, sliding.
you know what I'm saying?
He has to stick to the spatula
Yep.
and the pan. Like, it has to do both
Yeah, dog.
in order to qualify.
Y'all seen cartoon cheese pizza? You know what I'm saying? Like you take a bite of the cheese pizza, it's stretching. It's
Yeah,
not
that-
like
that-
that.
go.
Mac
It
and
has
cheese.
to.
That
Not
pizza,
like
I still think about that pizza on cartoons all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like in freaking Scooby Doo,
Pizza Planet.
Pizza Planet was a good one.
Yeah, like if someone's making pizza like that, I need to know.
The
about
Krusty
it.
Krab pizza,
That's a
that
good
that was
top
a limited edition.
Yeah, it was.
That's a good top.
That is a
five.
good one.
Yeah, that would be top
Top
5
cartoon
pizzas.
Not
pizzas or
really.
food or something.
That's so niche, but I love it.
I like it. I like it a
I
lot.
love that.
I like it a lot.
I would say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Yeah. That's top.
yeah, that's
top.
number
Oh,
one.
that's off limits.
Yeah,
That's a
That's
yeah.
its own bracket,
That's like
bro.
MJ.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
doesn't
That's-
even count.
That's
Yeah.
in the MJ of
Right.
of cartoon pizza. 10 to 20 years of culinary experience. So this one is so all right. You don't have to be the best cook, but you either need to have that experience of making great mac and cheese, or you need to get mentorship
Yeah.
from someone who has
Yep.
that. I'm gonna give you an example. So Keisha Day, shout out to Keisha. That's actually Joe Day who did our theme song and was on the pod. That's his older sister.
yeah.
Who's
Big
best friends-
supporter of the pod.
Big
too.
supporter of the pod. Like she always shows love. So she posts a matter of fact, Joe, her brother, posted the mac and cheese and said, this mac and cheese was fire, Keish. Like you did your thing, sis.
This is this
So
year?
this is on Thursday. So that's a good indicator. If someone else is posting about your mac and cheese, that's good. If you're posting about your mac and cheese, I'm not a believer, and I think you're lying.
And she
We
probably
need more
learned
people.
from.
Yeah, we need.
That's
we
my
need
point.
feedback.
So here's what I'm about to
We
get
need
to.
feedback.
So Keith finally posts something after Joe does, and I'm like, yo, that joint looks official. Keith, she said, your mom taught me step by step
There you go.
last year how to make the mac and cheese. When I tell you it looked pretty identical, bro, it looked pretty identical.
Yeah,
She skipped about 8 years right there.
Yeah, she skipped because she got mentorship.
she did.
She got mentorship. So
And
She
a
got the
proof.
scholarship.
yeah. The Marva Scholarship of mac and cheese, the mac and cheese scholarship.
Yo, we might have to
Okay.
start handing out scholarships.
Yeah, we need to start handing out scholarships, man. Mom, you need to start charging for this,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Because
A scholarship for Mac and cheese.
word of mouth certified. Again, this
Yeah.
ties in. All this stuff
Yeah.
is related, guys.
It is, man.
Just trust the process,
It is.
please.
It is.
Just trust the process.
But like, she was selected like how a Jedi selects a Padawan.
Right. Facts.
For training.
Hand picked.
Go
hand picked.
She was chosen.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
exactly.
two, bro.
Exactly.
Like the way
Not everyone
Piccolo,
is chosen, man.
Piccolo chose
Why is the
to.
Mac game the crack game?
Yeah, Piccolo chose to mentor Gohan, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he mentored Gohan. You know, Keisha's mom wasn't certified in the mac and cheese. And, you know, shout out to Miss Gwen. I'm not saying the mac and cheese is good. She had to outsource that mentorship to someone else.
Oh man.
Okay, and then
Homeschooled.
and then here's the last thing: loose elbows and triceps.
This was
okay?
this was a fan
It was a
favorite.
fan favorite.
Because it was so relatable. But I think we did a good job of describing it, but not being disrespectful.
Yeah, we weren't. We definitely were politically correct. But here's the thing: it kind of goes with the 10 to 20 years of experience. If you don't have the loose elbows yet, you need to learn from somebody who has the loose elbows.
Wait,
Okay.
can you
How do you get loose elbows?
Mac and cheese. Making
Mac
mac
and cheese.
make it mac and cheese?
Yeah,
man.
You gotta
If-
make mac and cheese.
Yeah, exactly. So when if the scoop, so that's part of it. The scoop,
It's the help.
the help
The help is what gets you there.
Yeah.
Because you already know it's gonna be good. So
Yeah.
you're ready
And
for
that
that.
wears on their arms.
that wears on their arms.
Like, oh,
You know?
Yeah, that repetition.
It's
Yo, what
You
are
gotta
you
put in your
talking
hours, 10,000 hours.
yeah, dog. 10,000 hours to be an expert.
Yo, this is
10,000
amazing.
scoops.
You'll never listen, guys. You'll never get this deep of a dive of mac and cheese You won't get that anywhere else.
Nah,
But
man.
clock in the
I
podcast.
got one more like side branch. What about like the shrimp and lobster mac and cheese? How y'all feel about the additives?
Once
the
again,
special
going
ingredients?
outside of your role.
Not on
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
Not on Thanksgiving.
Not
Know
on
your role.
Thanksgiving. If you want to experiment, if you're like
That's-
Ray,
that's
Ray,
yeah.
she has her own catering business. So I've seen her do
That's an
like
appetizer.
lobster, max, like that joint for like events. You know what I'm saying? But she knows how to make the regular mac
Yeah.
too. So that's more of like a specialty. You know, I get it at a restaurant or like, you know, I'm at a wedding and I want something, you know, that's a little bit
That's how you
different.
flex, man.
Yeah.
And it don't have to be authentic mac and cheese because it's at the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we went to
Right.
that place, Makers Union,
Yeah.
and we got like this mac and cheese as an appetizer.
It was fire,
That-
by the way.
Man, that joint was crazy.
And it's black owned.
Black owned company. Shout out, it's at Reston Town Center, Makers Union.
You gotta check that joint
Yeah,
out.
like the food was like that. Like it was really good. Everything was really good. So it was good, but it's not comparable to my mom's. Like I would put those in two different categories. There's like the soul like Thanksgiving special occasion mac, and then there's like
with love. That's what it comes down to.
Can I
honestly.
make an amendment?
Of course.
Can I ratify an amendment for passing? And y'all gotta vote. Is your mac and cheese only good if your mama's mac and cheese was good? Or can you
Nah,
escape
'cause
that?
like
Can you-
said,
Can you escape that?
Can you eclipse?
You can be
Yeah, if
chosen.
it's if like your mama's family, if your family was cursed and you had to always go to another house, can you escape that?
You could be chosen.
Yeah,
taken
I
out.
think again. I don't know
Shit.
Keisha's the lineage of mac and cheese dishes, but
Yeah, I don't
well,
know.
the grandma could throw down. And
and
she could throw down.
Yeah, she had
But-
the loose elbows for sure.
Yeah, but I do think, yeah, like you said, Nick, you can be chosen, but it comes with you seeking the right knowledge and, you know, just the position that you're in. You got to take advantage of it.
Nana's mac and cheese, our Nana's mac and cheese
Break the
is
cycle, bro.
is like that. You know, it really is. And mom's been cooking since she was like 5. You know, so her
Nana's
food-
gravy is top 5.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Well, hold on. Last thing up. Do y'all put the gravy on the mac and cheese?
That's
It's a
that's
game.
Like,
It's a game changer.
that's like ketchup on steak to me.
Oh man.
It depends on, you have to have the right gravy.
Yeah.
I don't do it every
You don't
time.
want it,
Oh.
I don't do it every time. But
It's a game changer.
it's like one of those debates. Like, do you let your food touch? Do you make
It's
sure?
a game changer.
If there's mashed potatoes, I'll invite gravy.
Yeah.
A menage of food. Yes.
Yeah. It's. I mean, you know,
It's not for
different
everybody.
strokes, different folks, but
It's not for everybody. But the last thing before we actually get into some real topics, there's been the saying going around in 2020 that has took social media by storm, and the saying or phrase is, "It's the blank for me." Like,
who started?
I don't know who started it, but
Like, is there somebody like just creeped up in their basement? Like, all right, I'm gonna start this saying. Like, who does this stuff?
it's the smile for me. It's the quality time for me. It's the
I feel like men can't say that.
It's only a
I've never
it's only a
really
woman
heard-
thing. It's only a woman
Nah.
thing. It's only a
I
woman
think it
thing.
started on Black Twitter, but
Yeah, a lot of stuff starts in black, but we
it
don't have
gets
to go
weird
down
when
that route.
dudes start saying it, and it's like, okay, you want to say that? That's for you.
Yeah,
But my thing, can we dead that next year? Like January
I'm cool with
1st,
that.
2021. It's
I'm cool
been
with that.
it's been killed. It's been beat into the ground. It's been beat into the ground. Like, that's all I see. If I go on my Instagram stories, there's liable that every 1 out of 3 stories is gonna have, it's the blank for me. It's the whatever for me.
yeah.
Didn't they do that on like SNL? Like, didn't
I
they
don't
do a
know.
skit like
Yeah, I
that?
don't really watch SNL, but it's
To me,
just
if it hits mainstream level,
You know,
like that, it's
you know what I
just
do
more-
like? I like respectfully.
respectfully,
I like that.
respectfully, I can rock
I
with
like
that.
that's just like a little, you know, little dot to the eye.
Respectfully,
that's dope. I like
you
that.
know, thanks management, I can rock with that a little bit. People kind of beat that one too, but thanks slash
Yeah.
man, or thanks common management. But the it's the whatever for me, like y'all played that joint out in about 3
Yeah.
months.
I'm
Just
cool.
say you
I'm cool
like
with
it
that.
and keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's
We can make a declaration to end that. You said January 1st.
January 1st, 2021.
Okay.
Okay, so
We'll submit that.
the gavel
The resolution is passed.
the gavel has been hit, and that joint is dead. But speaking of January 2021, man, we're supposed to have a new president in office. Maybe we'll see, man. It's a crazy time, but yeah, I wanted to talk about just the election environment, like some of the reactions I saw leading up to it, after, and really dive deep, man, because our first episode was about unity being greater than division, right? I'm rocking the shirt, clockingapparel.com, man, check it out. So obviously we're a business, like the apparel, we're selling it to make money, but this particular line is important for us to get this message across, right?
Yeah.
And out, and we're not unified. It's been the opposite, and the original saying was more so from a racial justice perspective, but that's where it stemmed from. But I mean, the election and in general, I think the message just applies, right? So
in every election.
so and it really, it should just be a life thing. But how do you feel about what you saw, particularly months October and November, because that's when things really started to ramp up with like the election coverage?
I mean, I'll start with the good. I saw a lot of people who have never voted ever vote for the first time. So I think that was a huge milestone for colored people and people in general, because again, it's important. It's important because our people have fought to vote for years, and like we said before, it's a disrespect to not vote. If you look at what it took for them to cross that line,
Right.
So yeah, I would say it was refreshing to see people get out there and vote, but it's it's tough. It's tough for me because I do care about voting and what it means, but at the same time, I'm not reliant on who's in office, because at the end of the day, and we've talked about this countless times, whoever's in office doesn't necessarily control what I can do to better myself, my family, and the people around me.
Yep.
Because, I mean, let's call a spade, man. We've had the people that we thought was the best candidate in office, and did they change your life in a way that you can say, well, yeah, this president, he did this for me, did that for me? Probably not.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, honestly.
And on the flip side, did it get better because of that?
Did it get better?
Yeah, like did it get worse or better?
Yeah.
And because of that person in office,
Right.
It's probably no. You
No.
really think about it.
Yeah, and I say all that to say, man, like, with this whole clock-in stuff, accountability is a nucleus, and if people can realize that and understand, I can't wait on a president. I can't wait on this person. I can't wait on that person. It's got to come from you to make real immediate change.
Right.
Then I think this world, our country will be in a better place. Specifically for our Black community, we've relied on other people to get us out of certain situations. And that's just, and if you think about it, look at Harriet Tubman. She didn't rely on somebody to, do what she did. It came from within. She's like, you know what? I want to make real change. I'm gonna do what's necessary. And that's how we've moved forward as a people in the Black community. So we just have to understand that, it's got to come from us, man. And that's the only way we'll move things forward.
Right. I do want to clarify something just so you don't get in trouble. You said colored people. I think you meant people of color.
Yeah,
what you
my
meant
bad.
to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just so I don't want anyone listening to this joint like
I'm black too, so
But
it
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
He went people of color. You brought up a good point because if you look at history, the people who took ownership first actually influenced policy.
Yeah.
Right? Like Harriet Tubman didn't wait for Abraham Lincoln to free the slaves.
No.
She decided, I'm going to free the slaves.
Yep.
Nat Turner, other abolitionists. And that led to forcing the hand of politicians. Martin Luther King and other civil rights leaders, they didn't wait for 1968 or 64, all these laws to pass. They decided that they're going to start doing things to address the issue. And that forced the hand of politicians. Because what ends up happening in all those situations is black people decided they're going to do what they need to do. And then, let's just call it what it is. There's way more people of Caucasian descent in this country.
Yeah.
So then they were like, I agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to start fighting along with them.
Right.
So then the politicians are like, oh, well, shoot. Like, they're gaining momentum amongst our people too.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, people who aren't minorities have had more power to move things forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that we had to rely, but we had to, make it so that the movements that we were trying to push could be supported by other people, right? But yeah, man, I agree 100%. Like, I see, and look, like, I understand why people were critical of this president.
Right.
Obama could never act the way he acted and even been a candidate to be a president, first of all.
No.
Did Obama, was he the savior of black people? No, because that's not what politicians are designed to be.
No.
And people have to stop looking at them that way. Politicians also, can't be the sole source of what's going wrong in your life either. It goes both ways. So the people who, were critical of Trump, obviously as a person, yeah, like, but, I'm just going to keep it real. And some people are going to be like, he really said that? My life got better when he was in office. Was it because he was in office? No, that's the point.
And that's the point. That's what we want people to understand.
My life when Obama was in office got better.
We still live in America, man.
It got better.
There's still plenty of opportunities in this country.
Yeah, it got better when he was in office because I made the choice that I'm going to do things to put myself in a position to move forward. So the people who were like dancing in the streets when he got, when Biden was elected and Kamala Harris, like the people who were going to protest and riot on either side because their person wasn't elected, what that tells me is they have more control, or you think they have more control of your life than you do. Period.
It's that, and again, like this whole presidency stuff, man. It's funny to me because it's entertainment. Like it's like sports teams. Like,
yeah.
Are you a Yankees fan? Or are you a Boston Red Sox fan? Like when you say people were like celebrating and like, drinking. I saw people drinking champagne.
Yeah, popping bottles.
I'm like,
what do you celebrate?
Did the Lakers win? Did Bron get his 5th title? You know what I'm like. And here's the thing.
And even in sports, it's like I understand that like you have a team that you like.
Yeah.
But how about you pop champagne for 20 episodes of a podcast that we did, or
come on,
things that you're doing to win in your personal life.
Right.
That's not me trying to brag, but we've never popped champagne when our team, the Lakers won.
No.
I'm a Lakers fan. I was psyched. I was like, yeah, I'm happy.
And there's an emotional connection there, and like that's all well and good,
but it shouldn't affect like people who are like mad the whole week that their team lost, there's something wrong. Seriously, like there's something wrong. It's same with politics. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No, you're
when you
fine.
brought up sports, and I'm like, it's the same thing with sports. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't that stuff should not have such a profound effect on your personal life. Again, like we get it. You should vote. You have strong feelings about people that you support or people that you don't support.
Yeah.
But celebrating or rioting because of a result from people who really don't care about you, either party, they don't know you, and politicians.
They're just trying to get your vote, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, and I have
just trying to get your vote.
I have a little excerpt up here that I'm going to read. Like, politicians are paid before they have to deliver on promises. Think about that.
Yeah.
They already are getting money.
Yep.
During government shutdowns, guess who's still getting paid? Congressmen, senators, people that work for the president. Like, they're getting paid before they have to deliver on promises. Imagine if your company who hired you said, "I'm going to pay you the full salary before you have to do anything."
Yeah.
That's not how life works. But in politics, it's backwards. They're designed to divide. And if you think about it, if you take away party labels, most of the things that people disagree about they're trying to solve the same problems. They just have different philosophies on how to solve it. Yeah. Imagine if Steve Kerr goes to puts out a campaign about Mike D'Antoni when he was a Rockets coach about how dumb their offense is. No, they want to get the ball in the bucket the same way that you do. They just think about it differently.
Yeah.
Now there are certain things that are fundamentally just aren't
integrity,
right.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, like, each party has their own issues that they care about. Some issues, some parties, or some issues are similar in what they care about. They just go about it differently.
Yeah.
If you throw away the Republican and Democrat and whatever, you wouldn't have all this nonsense.
No, man. I mean,
people labels divide.
A house divided can't stand. That's what it comes down to. And you look at the two political parties, it's divided. We're not going to be able to stand as a country when we're in division, when we're both off division. Our government's built off division.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, I would just encourage you all to, again, really think about, okay, when this person was in office, how much did my life change? When this person was in office, how much did my life change? And if the answer is not drastic, then that's telling you something.
For sure. For sure. We make choices every day, man, that government, politicians can't make for us. They can pass policy that can affect us. So it's not that they have no impact on our lives. But when you really think about it, in the grand scheme of things, you have control, and if you believe this way, God has control.
Yep.
And that kind of leads me to what I wanted to talk about next, and house culture, like the culture of your home.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents created a culture that was focused on relying on God first, and then personal accountability. But we didn't talk about politics for real.
No, I remember,
we really don't.
I remember growing up, we would always ask dad or mom, who did you vote for? They would never tell us.
They'd be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they would never tell us.
Don't worry about it.
And I
It doesn't
respect
matter. God is in control regardless.
Yep.
And the culture you create at home is going to be what determines how successful you are, or how you approach life, the decisions that you make, right or wrong. Right? Politics cannot create a culture in your home.
No.
And whether you're single, no kids like me, like, you create your culture, right? Like, I have to create my own culture at home. My parents, they had 5 kids.
You live with me now, and there's some things in the culture that
we're
gonna have to uncreate.
We're gonna have to
Like
uncreate.
the dishes that was in the sink this morning.
First of all, y'all the one who've been cooking, champ. That and the dishwasher's broke. Our guy, what's his name? Carlos?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Carlos
Shout
is
out
our
to
maintenance guy, man. Shout out to Carlos. He's been lying though. But his
Yeah, my
ETA
man
has
said he was
been
gonna
off.
be. He said he was gonna be at the crib Friday, and this was 2 weeks ago.
Every time he sees my friend.
That's still my friend. That's
Yeah,
still
he's like, hey, my friend. Nah, we're not friends anymore, Carlos. My name is Marshall Hamilton. That's what you call me now. No more my friend. But nah,
You're a good dude.
you know. So yeah, like if you have kids, you're creating a culture. What does that culture say? That's what you allow them to listen to, what you listen to around them, what they watch, what you're reading, what you're seeing on social media, the stuff you speak into them, or the stuff that you say that can negatively impact them. So culture, man, is it's the most important thing that our country can focus on. Culture in the house.
Yeah, culture. Within culture comes character, and like you said, I would argue that our family is built with a strong sense of character, and it all stemmed from culture.
Yep.
If the communication wasn't a certain way, if things weren't spoken over us from a spiritual standpoint, we wouldn't be who we are. We wouldn't have achieved the things that we've achieved without that. Yeah, man, culture, and I'm experiencing it in work, and I've said this on my podcast or on previous episodes, but I work for the Washington football team, and it's been publicized how poor the culture was. But we are on a new path, and I can honestly say, like, the culture is changing, and here's how this stuff works, man. The Washington football team hasn't been successful for many years, right? And I would argue and say part of that is because of the culture, and not just on the field, but like on the business side. Because again, if you can't take care of the stuff in house first, then that stuff is going to spread like cancer.
The problem is lack of culture.
And lack of culture.
There's no identity.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
what are you known for?
Right. But I can tell you guys, and I'm going to speak this into existence, but I think Washington's going to win the division. And because we're taking care of the things in-house as far as culture and the character and integrity, that stuff is going to translate to the field. And you can see it. You can see it. Like, I truly believe Washington will win the division and they'll be in the playoffs this year.
I believe it. It's definitely possible. I mean, I work from home just like you do, and I can hear the excitement, from people who you're on calls with and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, when you got that job,
Yeah, we
I
talked
wasn't
about this.
that excited because I'm like, I know people who have worked for the Redskins and they said that the culture is awful.
Yeah.
And what I will say though is, you can't let people dissuade you without you seeing for yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there are people who, and I think I talked about this on the podcast last season, but there was a professor I avoided in college for 3.5 years. No, 3 years. I didn't take her until my senior year because everyone was like, you're going to fail her class at least once. Like, she's that tough. But I'm looking at the people that told me that, and they didn't take school seriously.
Yeah. Grades are whack.
So I mean, I didn't want to say that to you because I didn't want you going in there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got this new job, I'm excited, and I'm like, hey man, like, it's probably not gonna be good. Like, I'm not that type of dude. A lot of people do that, which is whack.
Yeah.
But I wasn't excited for
Yeah.
I was excited
And-
for you, but I wasn't excited for where you're going.
Yeah, but I knew what I was getting myself into. I took the job because I trusted who brought me in. And he's been a man of his word, and I don't think he knew it was going to happen like this, but it is happening, and it's working out for the best of us, man. So shout out to the Washington football team, man. Y'all got my support, and I'm excited, for the future, man. And Yeah, man, we swept the Cowboys, and that's always a good way to. That's like if we don't win any more games, but we swept the Cowboys, it's a win. It's a win for us.
It's got to change, champ.
That's got to change. I'm playing, but
I'm messing.
From
it is true
but
for a
being
lot of
in
fans.
this area,
For a
being
lot
in
of
this
fans,
area,
yeah,
because there's so many freaking Cowboy fans.
Yeah, that
like,
is true.
You'll have bragging rights for the rest. Of the day. I'm only talking about it from that sense.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to win the whole thing. If I'm in it.
I'm a Jags fan, so I can't. I can't
dang
spell
thing.
bragging rights.
I ain't winning a dang thing. I'm gonna be honest
We
with you.
about to win this #1 pick.
Y'all might not even win that. Y'all might find a way to trick that.
You're right.
Y'all need to move to, like you said, to London. That'd be dope.
Yeah, we need to move our team.
Hey guys, thanks for clocking in with us and making it this far into the episode. We want to continue these episodes for as long as possible, but we might need your help. If you click on the description on each episode, you'll find a link that reads support this podcast. If you enjoy keeping up with us, click on that link and you can make a monthly donation. All right, you guys hear enough of me talking anyways, so let's get back into the episode.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, I did want to just shout out our parents and just really stress the importance of the culture in the home. That's how we change this country.
Yep.
Not politics, the culture in the home, and it starts with you. It starts with you. And as we transition to our next topic, it is related to this because, rightfully so, the black community has been, beat up for years about the absence of fathers, right? The absence of fathers, black fathers. This is a whole nother podcast, but I think I've said this before. Black fatherhood has been on attack since slavery. I mean, they separated fathers from their families. Owners had gave children to black women. So it's been normalized that black fathers haven't been there since slavery.
Yeah.
Does that make it an excuse? No, I'm just stating the facts.
Yeah, it's facts that has, caused the absence, and we know where it stemmed from.
Yeah,
like you said, it's not an excuse, but there is real reason as to why, I think it's been the way it's been.
Yeah, and that affects, when you don't have fathers in the house, that affects economics, that affects, the culture in the house, how people...
It spreads, man.
Yeah, I mean, it affects every area of life.
It spreads.
Fatherhood is very important. I know that there's this whole feminine movement. I'm not here to, speak negatively about it. But what I will say is I'm for empowering everybody, including women, and them having equal opportunity. But you don't have to put men down to do that.
No. Because
that's all I'll say.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't. Just like I don't have to put down another race to raise my race. Like, you can be pro women and not anti men.
Right.
So,
there's a
I'm not. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
But I will.
The father is an essential need for society.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Right. So I did want to flip it because the black community gets beat up again about fathers aren't there, but I've seen other communities, especially in this area, who are what I call non-present fathers. Mm-hmm. Here's what that means. The parents are married, or maybe they're not married, but the dad is in the life. He provides financially. They live in the same house. Either all the time or temporarily if there's a divorce. But the father isn't absent, like he's there. But a lot of times, especially in this area or areas where there's a lot of prosperity or wealth, the dad is not present. So what does that look like? He's working 80 to 100 hours a week. He's missing a lot of stuff. When he does get home, he just wants to chill out. So he's clocked out, like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Kid is trying to get the dad's attention. Look, I'm just trying to watch the game. I'm just trying to, or I bring work home.
Not just the kid, but
the wife too. Yeah, for sure. So there is a epidemic of non-present fathers, in a lot of communities outside of the black community.
Absolutely.
And but it's not something that's really talked about, right?
Yep.
But I will say this: I'm not trying to call this isn't a divisive thing. I'm just telling you what I've seen, because usually it's the white community that points out the black community's lack of fatherhood. But I've seen a lot in the white community where kids are starving for their father to be present. And what I've seen that lead to, Eric, you can speak to this in Ashburn.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of suicides in Loudoun County. There's been a lot of drug abuse, alcohol abuse issues out there. And it's the wealthiest county in the nation. I've seen more suicides or overdoses in Loudoun County than I have anywhere else. Right? But again, this stuff isn't going to hit the news. It's not going to be on the news. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is...
And they'll say, came from a 2-parent household, had everything he ever needed, but, some other factor. But what we probably won't know was, like you said, this father might not have even been in the kid's life. He didn't give him the attention that he needed. He didn't give him the love that he needed. He didn't give him the criticism that he needed.
Right. You let nannies raise your kids, or you're just not there to offer support, life lessons, and you're essentially married to your career. The most important roles in society, in my opinion, are husband and wife, and father and mother.
Yeah.
Because guess what? There are people who can do your job or run your business or do something similar. There's only one person who can be a father to those kids and a husband to that wife. Mm-hmm. If you go about it the right way.
Right.
That's only you can do that. There's only one person in that family dynamic that can do those things.
That's supposed to do it.
It's supposed to do it, yeah. So my thing is, LeVar Ball gets a lot of flack, for how he is, but that dude was present in his kid's life.
He got 2 lottery picks playing NBA.
He was present in those
2
kids'
sons.
life.
And one who I think eventually he'll get in the league.
Yeah, he might. But he's
but
not.
But even he still plays professionally. He's pursuing his dream.
And it's not just that they're successful on the court. They're really well mannered, kids. They're not out here wilding, off the court. Like if they didn't get good grades,
Jello did wild out.
I mean, he got tatted.
No. You don't remember when he stole some jewelry?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that was more about
kids make mistakes.
But that's more about peer pressure. He's not going to be perfect. Yeah. But how did his dad react? Right. I know a lot of families where like they have a survival mentality, so they probably would have just been like, I mean, he didn't kill anybody. Mm-hmm. It could have been way worse, right?
Yeah.
Versus LeVar Ball versus a dad who, again, it looks good they look good, right? White collar, making a lot of money, but they're not present.
Yeah.
Right? So that's something that I really wanted to talk about, man, because it's not trying to defend the black community in the absent of fathers, but I did want to let people know there's issues in other communities.
Yeah.
That have a lasting effect. Like divorce out here is really bad. It's become normalized.
Mm-hmm.
And in certain communities.
That's
right?
another social media saying let's normalize blah blah blah. And I'm like, I think we should get rid of that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we should get rid of that.
I agree. I get what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
But people will beat that.
People are starting to say just some outlandish stuff let's normalize. I don't even know, but
walking around naked because it's my body. But anyways,
subject. I don't know why I just thought about it. Y'all saw Nate Robinson get L'd out last night?
Yeah, man.
That's a yeah. I think
Let's not normalize basketball players getting in the boxing ring.
exactly.
Is he okay?
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted
think he's good.
to actually. I meant to do this in the beginning. I wanted to offer my condolences and prayers to Nate and his family
Bro,
because
like, serious, is he okay?
I don't
Apollo
know.
Creed died.
I'm praying for him.
I think he's good, man.
And all jokes aside, though, like I do hope he's okay. Like just from a mental standpoint, because
I didn't see clips of him getting up.
he got embarrassed.
I didn't see clips of him getting carried
He
out.
got embarrassed.
Like, yeah.
I just saw him clips of him laid out.
Yeah.
There's nothing of him like recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's people joke about it, but you do want to make sure the
Yeah.
guy's healthy.
Yeah, 'cause-
I'm
yeah.
I'm serious. It's funny, but like I'm serious. Like it's,
I think he's fine. I mean, he got on Instagram and posted
Oh,
something
okay.
saying like, thanks for the support.
I'm alive.
I'm alive. But
Yeah, basketball players, y'all gotta avoid fights for the next 3 months, man.
well,
Yeah,
the
honestly.
problem
Talking about
was
in real life.
the problem was he almost I don't want to say disrespected the sport of boxing, but he didn't really.
he did.
He didn't but he didn't take the boxing aspect and the art of the sport serious.
Yeah, he
'Cause
disrespected the game.
The way he approached the fight was like, I'm just gonna charge this dude and fight him like I'm fighting my brother or something. And was it Jake Paul or Logan Paul? Jake. Is Logan his brother? Who's Logan? I don't know.
I don't know. Right?
Jake.
They both have blonde hair.
Yeah. I think that they might be brothers.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Jake, he was throwing hands. He can box.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah, he took the art of boxing seriously.
So yeah, man. Again, I'm a fan of Nate, man. I think he's a dope dude. But yeah, man.
That wasn't it.
You didn't represent the Hoopers the way the way I would have liked it to.
Hoopers
to
are
see.
known as pretty boys a lot of times anyway. So I mean, he kind of stamped that, which isn't always true. But anyways, yeah, that was tough, man.
Get in the ring with Ron Artest.
Ron Artest needs to get in the ring with. I'd like to see him and Mike Tyson, just because they're from the same area.
Both from Queens.
I don't want to see any of these celebrities box, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, true.
I would like to see
First of all, Mike is
Soulja
different.
Boy.
Mike is different.
I want to see
Tyson,
Soulja
he
Boy
fought last
fight.
night.
Yeah, I know he's different, dog.
Yeah, he looked good.
Tyson is different, bro.
Roy was so tired.
So tired, and he was shook. He
Uh,
was shook.
Nah,
Mike
not
really-
even trying to be funny.
Mike could have finished him.
He could have
bro.
finished him if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm just so glad.
If he was in the mindset as he was before, because he's
That's what I'm
changed.
saying.
He's changed. He's a different
You
guy.
talk about being thankful. I'm thankful for his change of mindset.
his restraint, because he really could have
Cause you could see in his face after the round would end, you could see it in his eyes. He was still
Oh, he's there.
the demons were still
yeah
there.
When he hit him after, he hit him
Yeah.
that 1 second.
Yeah,
I think he turned it off. I think he
yeah,
turned
bro.
it off.
And a dude like him, man. That's why people were scared for Roy. This dude, he's different, man. The screws is loose. So I don't know if you should be doing this.
he's tapping back into 16-year-old.
When he's talking about eating
Mike
people's
Tyson,
children.
who got jumped and he's fighting for his life. That's
Yeah.
Bobby Boucher type stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's having flashbacks to that. That's the type of dude he is.
And then he can't control that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
Nah,
It was entertaining though. I can't even fake. I tuned in.
Yeah, I watched it.
Snoop.
Snoop
Snoop was
did
he was the one who made
Yeah,
it.
he won the night. He won the night.
He's the one who made
He's
it.
definitely gonna get more gigs to commentate. He's done basketball games too.
Yeah.
They've been funny.
He knows his stuff. He's a smart dude too.
Yeah, he loves
He's
sports.
very smart, man. So that was the best part to me.
Yeah.
Great speaking voice.
Yeah.
Who you trying to fight?
I'm trying to fight you.
What's good?
You gonna have the clock in, have the clock knockout.
What if we had
That'd be so funny.
What if we had a
The clock
What
out,
if-
knockout.
what if we had an exhibition boxing match?
You know I got them hands, dog. like Martin on the low. Martin had hands on the low.
You see a Martin Rodney Hearns, right?
The Hitman Hearns.
Tommy Hearns, not Rodney Hearns. I said Rodney Hearns.
Shout out to Rodney.
Shout out to Rodney, man. Yeah, man.
Wherever
Yeah,
you are. Hope you good, man.
Michael Beasley in the face. But anyways, man, like so we
Beasley too.
What's up?
You kind of look like Beasley. They got
Yeah.
a similar, like lazy. I'm very talented, but like I don't.
The lazy didn't work for Rodney.
We don't.
He needed to be like. A
Whenever
bruiser.
I always think of Whelan in that halftime speech. I don't know. if
Rodney
you
can
remember
play. He just.
I wasn't there, but he.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
No.
At Hilton. I mean, no, not at Hilton.
Was that Lake Braddock?
At Lake Braddock Christmas tournament.
Somebody
where
was giving him.
He talked about the
business.
tattoo he had. He said you need a tattoo of something else.
Oh yeah.
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 But yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to it.
Yeah. Anyways,
Shout out.
you know, all this stuff kind of transitioned into like what we want to talk about throughout the podcast. So we talked about, you know, fatherhood. We watched the Fresh Prince family reunion. Have you guys seen
I
that?
didn't watch.
Oh,
You should
man.
watch that,
I've seen
dog.
a few clips.
So good.
It almost got me.
Did you cry?
That's what I'm.
Because I was looking over and I was like, I feel like you might be crying.
I'm not
Nah.
ready to cry. Bro.
You-
Nah.
I could
almost-
feel the
I
emotions
almost-
were coming.
Yeah.
My allergies, you know.
The James Avery tribute.
Yeah.
That's what really
Yeah.
almost got me, man. And you know, I did want to talk about the impact that it had on society, but particularly, you know, the black community. Like they talked a lot about on that show, on the reunion show. I mean, that you know, it was one of the first shows that outside of the Cosby Show that showed, you know, a black affluent family.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference between the Cosby Show and this is it added the urban side, or the you know, someone who came from the hood,
Yeah.
and you got the best of both worlds. You saw how, you know, they played off of each other. So I really like, that was my favorite show growing up, man.
Yeah.
Like
It still might be.
Yeah.
it still might be, for real. Like
I mean,
I know for a fact, because like we would talk about Fresh Prince all the time.
yeah.
And like the way that, like, my humor, you know, even some of the way that I dressed, like I got a lot of that from Fresh Prince.
Did you
Culture-
be part of the Facebook Fresh Prince trivia quiz?
Probably.
Oh, I remember that.
Me
I
and
remember
Tuck
that.
used to
Yeah, I
know.
remember that. I do
Go ahead.
remember that.
Yeah, that's all y'all would talk about,
Yeah,
dog.
I
You,
remember
Tuck, and
that.
Mick.
And SpongeBob.
I mean,
Yeah.
culturally, man, probably the most influential show of all time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you said it like. I mean, I feel like I got my when it came to the ladies, I got some of my game from Will, dog. You know, like, I mean, we talked about this. I forget what episode, but I freaking wrote Fresh on.
He carved it into a
I carved it
cabinet.
on a cabinet. Like, Will could hoop too.
Exactly. He could
You know
hoop,
what I'm saying?
He could dress.
He wore Jordans. You know, he was cool with, you know, the celebrities that would come on the show.
Yeah, even in the private school, like the wealthy white kids he was
Yeah,
cool with.
yeah.
The hood black kids off outside of the school.
You
like,
talk about
like Ice Tray and,
Yeah, dog.
and what was the one black dude's name who was only there for a couple episodes? He was on the game show with him. Ty? Was
Ty,
it?
yeah,
Ty?
Ty.
Ty.
You don't remember him?
Yeah, get your friend. Yeah, come on, Fresh Prince trivia.
Memory's gone.
He was in the episode where like Bill Biv DeVoe came.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was like, I was just trying to be in the video.
Yeah.
Ty.
Yeah, dark skinned dude. Yeah.
Obviously, Jazz.
Jazz, of course. But yeah, man, like, that tapped into a lot of just like nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
And really a real powerful moment in that. I don't want to ruin it, but there is a scene where they bring back the first Vivian.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to see them
that was powerful.
talk and because for people that don't know, they kind of had a falling out, and that's why we saw another Vivian later on in the show. But they were able to have a conversation and really just honestly, it was like the red table talk.
Not facts. It was.
So that was cool, man. But like, I think the coolest part about that, man, was like how close they were offset.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for that family environment they had, the show wouldn't have been as good as it was.
No, not even close.
You can tell, like, Will wouldn't have gotten to where, you know, he got to as far as his career without that show.
No.
And he'll say that. And it was dope because let's look, like, Will was a star of that show. And I would assume it was his idea to bring everybody back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, like super good reunion. And yeah, Fresh Prince, man, that's the best show in my eyes
Of all time.
I remember I had a freaking girl that I had a conversation with. She said Fresh Prince was terrible. I immediately deleted her number.
As you should.
Immediately deleted her
Yeah,
number.
as you
How,
should.
how could you disrespect that
Was she
show?
like Friends or something?
Huh?
Was she like Friends?
Probably.
Everybody
Friends. Seinfeld. Seinfeld's good.
No, Seinfeld's.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's blasphemy.
What's the other one?
So here's something I did want to say, though.
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek, yeah, that's terrible.
Seventh Heaven.
Seventh Heaven.
Those will come on like 5 in the morning too. 6 a.m.
Awful.
Charmed.
Oh.
I think we talked about this. Actually.
All right, we got chill. Yeah, we got relax.
We better lose.
We got relax.
Certain audience.
What I was gonna say is one of the big things about that show, man, and it doesn't matter what your race is. This isn't a black only podcast, but the directors and producers gave them freedom to be authentic, right? And wherever you're working, whoever you're doing anything with, that should be the number one of the number one things you should focus on. Like, can I be myself?
Right.
Because there was a situation where they had a line where Ashley was going to say something to Uncle Phil, and I think it was the second Vivian was like, "Yeah, let me talking to the producer, yo. Let me holler at you real quick. Like, Phil is a black father.
Yeah.
If Ashley said that to her real father, or Tatiana, you know, the actor who plays Ashley, said that to her real father in real life, she would get smacked. That's not how our community is.
Yeah.
And they were open to that feedback, right? Because they understood.
What it was?
They didn't say.
okay.
They didn't say, but
Something.
what they
I would assume it was Ashley like talking back in a way that again is not reflective of our people.
exactly.
And we tend to see that in other communities. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not for right or wrong. It's what it is, you know.
Wait, hold on. Have you ever seen the videos of it was like a social media trend where like the kid would say something disrespectful to the dad. They'd be like, "Shut up, dad," and they would record the dad's reaction. Dog, it was so funny. Like these kids, again, it was staged, but
These kids are bold. Man.
yeah.
Well, it was staged with the mom. So what would happen
with
is
the mom.
the mom would and the kid would say something to each other where the kid would tell the mom to shut up, and then they would film what the dad would do.
Exactly. And yeah, man, some of them dads, you talk about like they was ready to freaking throw somebody's head off. Yeah, I just had to bring it up because that's exactly what Second Vivian was talking about.
Exactly. And here's what
I should do that one.
Here's what
Funny.
they said, like the cast, and this is what we talked about when we talked about black men in corporate America or being black in general. They understood the responsibility that they had to represent the black community in the right way. It was a responsibility for them to make sure that they held the standard up here, but they were authentic at the same time. And like you mentioned, like their family off the set, which in anything in life, man, like the best sports teams, the best corporate teams, the best like church leadership teams, like anything in life, us with our team, the people who are closest off whatever they do, you know, off set, off work or whatever, they usually are the best in that thing that they're doing. That's just this is what I've seen, man.
Yeah. I've talked about, you know, from a basketball standpoint, the teams that I've been on have been the closest. The best teams that I've been on have been the closest.
Yeah, your Herndon 2011 team.
Stuff matters, man.
That won the district championship was your least talented team. Out of the 3 teams you played on,
absolutely.
it was the least talented.
Yep.
But you guys had the best chemistry on and off the court. So yeah, man, that show really brought back a lot of memories and life lessons. Last thing I'll say about it is going back to fatherhood. Like James Avery, who played Uncle Phil, he was a father to them off the set.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
There was multiple situations where they're like he was the heartbeat of the show and of that cast. And again, not to like be anti-feminist, but that crap matters. Like the father being there matters.
Didn't wasn't the part when Will was like, he don't love me, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they say that's real?
Yeah,
That
it was.
wasn't, like it was part of the script, you know.
Yeah.
Those were like real Will really broke down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, Basically, what happened was, I don't want to ruin it, but
Oh, they talked about that too.
yeah, they talk
about that scene.
Yeah, they talk about it, but yeah, it was real emotion, man. It was real emotion. But if Uncle Phil, James Avery, didn't encourage him and pretty much tell him like, hey man, this is a scene that will live forever. Like, you have to do this right. And he communicated that to him. And beforehand. Well, they recorded it. Well, they did one take, and it wasn't the best take.
Yeah, and Will was pissed off.
And he was
like,
pissed.
He was like mad at himself.
Yeah, he was pissed. And you know, James had that heart to heart with him and said, "Hey, man, like, you know, you have a chance to really, you know, set your mark here." And he pretty much told him like, "Yo, like, tap into this. Whatever emotions you got to find, tap into it." And he did. And you know, after he basically, spoiler alert, but the part where they were hugging, he told him, he's like, basically was like, "That's how you freaking act." And Will's boo-hooing.
Like, turn into something. It probably
Yeah.
turned into more.
Yeah.
No, that you can feel that scene.
Man.
Like I can feel it now. I don't even realize I saw it, but like you can feel that scene.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Special,
There's no
man.
music. There's like it. I think it just fades.
Yeah.
It fades to black.
No.
Yeah, you can feel that.
Yeah.
That scene and the last scene. I remember. I teared up the last episode when they showed the empty joint. He's walking out. Like I teared up. Like it almost got me.
Mm-hmm.
The last time because that show meant that much to me, bro. Like it really did.
Yeah.
And
We got some artwork coming too that
it's gonna reflect that.
yeah, it's gonna reflect that we'll have in the spot, so y'all see it.
Yeah.
We'll show the listeners and viewership too. But yeah, man, he and on our list we had a list of the top 5 fathers in pretty much entertainment, and Uncle Phil was number 1 on
For
both
both
of
of
ours.
us. Yeah, both of ours. Yeah.
But yeah, man, he was a special dude, man.
Very.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
James
Avery, man.
Uncle Phil.
No doubt. Couple more topics, man, and then we'll wrap up. You know, this is something that's been bothering me.
There we go.
So this ties into fatherhood, right? And it's not just fatherhood with us; it's our parents in general. My parents were never the type of people who would do things for people so that other people could see that they did something for somebody. It was never a I'm gonna do this favor for you or go out of my way so I can get some type of applause for it.
Yeah.
They served people in private. I get if you run a nonprofit, like shout out to my man Corey Fashion. He has a company called Hearts of Empowerment. Like their business and their like what they do is built on serving people. They have to show it. But I know his heart. I know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
We had a long conversation.
Nobody's just like, I'm gonna wake up and do a nonprofit to make money. Like, I don't think people do that.
Nah. I know his heart. So I'm not putting him in that category or people like him. But like, if you cooked a meal you cooked meals and dropped them off at the soup kitchen or the homeless shelter, like, you don't have to post that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. I'm not saying your heart is wrong, but like every time I do something that's philanthropic or, serving people, to me, if your first or if your main priority is I want to show people this, your heart's not right. You're doing it
Right.
for the wrong reasons. It really bothers me. Like it really does.
Speaking of that,
it really does.
and this doesn't surprise me, but Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but the Greek freak, the NBA player, somebody took a picture of him, and he was out, I think he was at like a soup kitchen or something, and he was giving back. He had no cameras with him. He was just doing it from his heart.
Yeah.
I think there was another one of Donovan Mitchell or something.
Donovan Mitchell might have been
just
doing it.
walking past, and he
Yeah.
just gave someone a sandwich.
Yeah.
At Chipotle.
Yeah.
Like Kevin.
Yep.
I think it was Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He didn't record it.
No.
But somebody else, from the far was like, "Oh, that looks like him." Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It could be.
And that's how it should
Yeah,
be.
we don't know. But yeah, it's how it should be. Like Russell Westbrook tipped every housekeeper
In the bubble.
in the bubble like $8,000 or something, and he purposely did not want that to get out, but it got out somehow. So I'll be quick with this one, but serve people in private, with the right heart. I'm not saying don't ever post anything that you do. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if there's a lot of people that I've seen post certain things, and you can tell I want to show people what I'm doing.
And it's
right?
also it's convenient too.
It cheapens it.
Yeah.
And
Waters
really,
it down.
Is your post reflective of the impact of what you gave?
Exactly.
Yep. And
Facts.
and then also, would you do this in April? Because again, I see a lot of these posts around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Are you gonna do this in April? Speaking of Fresh Prince, you remember that episode when Hillary and Carlton were helping out at a homeless shelter or
They
something?
used to live
Yeah.
after it burned down.
Right. And the lady was like, this is all well and good, but I'm not gonna see y'all again.
Yeah.
So, do what you gotta do and move on. And that's just not how it should be, man.
Nah. And here's the other indicator. If you're actually doing something to to help with the right heart, and you are posting it, and some people do this, but a lot of people don't. Show other people how they can also help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, I'm at this shelter. If you want to donate, here's the website, or hit me up, DM me for ways to help, right? But if you're only posting you doing it, I'm gonna think, you're just doing this for PR, man.
Yeah.
You're doing it for applause, which is the worst way to do things. But yeah, I wanted to hit that, man, and because our dad, our mom, that's not how they do things. You shouldn't have to tell anybody, oh, I did this. This is what I did.
And they didn't have social media.
Nah,
they didn't have these platforms to post this type of stuff. They did it by the grace of God in their hearts.
Right. If you're a company, I get it. You still don't have to, but there's certain situations where I get it. But again, do things with the right heart, man. Do things with the right heart. Spoiler alert: we're probably gonna have our dad on as our next guest next week. Most likely,
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
We'll see. But I did want to talk about a lesson that we learned from him, man. It's
It actually
funny.
ties into what the last part too. So
For sure.
yeah, of what I'm gonna say.
So I'll start and I'll let you finish. My dad always used to tell us a story about how he, approached fear. And we weren't really dog people growing up. I know Austin was kind of afraid of dogs. I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't as afraid, but I didn't really like dogs. So he would tell us a story.
I got bit one time. Do you remember that?
Haley Smith, right?
Yeah, I got bit one time, and that was it for me.
Yeah. We've grown out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We a lot of these dogs are wild.
Speaking of dog, Nip is
he's
knocked.
knocked out.
Wow. Can somebody get a picture of that?
Yeah, Fool is knocked out, man. He had a long night.
That's that Nate Robinson sleep. My bad, Nate. My
That's
bad.
that mac and cheese sleep.
Yeah, facts. He got the itis, man. But yeah, so he tells us a story about how he was going for a run in college. He's going for a run. Our dad used to run track, and you know he still is fast actually for his age. It's kind of
Pretty funny, yeah.
He has some.
We were
wheels.
throwing the football the other day.
But he was running, and this dog got loose and started chasing him. So my dad starts booking it, and then something hits him, and he's like, "What am I doing, man? I'm not about to outrun this dog." He turns around, starts sprinting directly towards the dog, like running full speed at it. The dog stops, is like, "What is going on?" And the dog turns around and runs for my dad.
Clock in. Clock in.
Yeah, that's right on time. But what I learned from that, man, is you can't run away from fear. You gotta run at that crap.
Yeah.
You gotta run at whatever obstacle, whatever fears you're dealing with. The more you run away, the longer it's gonna take for you to overcome it. And you probably never will. You gotta run straight at it, man. You gotta run straight at it. Like, one thing I will say is, like, you know, we talked about this I think on the pod, but I was very soft spoken, man. Like, Nico played on the team with me. Like, you can barely hear when I call plays. I didn't like really speaking in front of people like that. But, you know, Coach Whelan asked me to pray for the team before every game. And instead of saying no, I'm like, you know what? I'm not playing. I'm probably not going to play. But if this is my role, even though I'm afraid of it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I feel like God blessed me because of it, man. So yeah, man, my dad, that's a story that I'm gonna tell my kids.
Yeah, that's
You gotta switch it and say what you got.
Yeah, I do. I gotta tell them I was running 4.2.
German Shepherd.
Yeah, the dog from Sandlot was chasing me.
You're running 4.2. What I run?
About 4.5.
4.5. We gonna get this racing. We got a box. We got a race.
We got a lot of competition.
We got a lot of
We got a
things.
freestyle battle too. We need that.
Yeah, we need that. That's what we really need. That's what we really need.
Yo, that would be dope,
Here's the
man.
thing, though. We were freestyle battling against each other for like 20 years. And we use the same 7 words every time.
We still use this.
We still use the same 7 words, but
And Eric knows too.
They say I get it in. They say you know what it is. You know the kid. You don't know how we do.
Oh, that's hilarious.
703 VA
Yeah,
is always said.
That's hilarious, man.
But y'all have your own unique flow, which is like the Hamilton flow.
Oh, don't tell me I got something unique. Because I'm a builder.
You gonna tap into
Nah,
that?
I've never heard. No one freestyles like how you guys freestyle.
Is it hard though?
No. It's the flow like you like.
Is it tough though?
It's
Like,
hot. Yeah.
okay.
We have to come with a Hamilton. You know how they
Yeah,
have
I
like
can
the
build
No,
Christmas
it's the
albums?
Hamilton flow.
I can
But
build
to
off
me,
that.
I don't know anyone.
We have to
else
come
who
up with a
raps like that.
Hamilton
Real
like
plan.
Hamilton freestyle or Hamilton mixtape. This off jokes, but nah, go ahead, man. I know you wanted to wrap up.
Now I was gonna say, because what we have on the docket, 1 month left of 2020, man, and I know for me, what I would want to, give some encouragement for you guys. And it goes off of what we just talked about, overcoming fears, but go for it, man. It's that simple. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever passion that you want to take to the next level, go for it. I would advise you guys to start small, and build from that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to say is, little things lead to big things. So start
Yeah.
small, man. But in that, go for it.
Yeah.
Because you guys can do it, man. You guys can achieve, whatever it is you want to achieve, speed into existence. But act on it. And yeah, man. That's
Powerful,
what
man.
that's what I gotta say.
Powerful, man. Start
It's gonna be a
small,
big
think
year.
smart. Start small, think big. That should be a shirt. Man.
Yeah, it should, man. I like that.
Start small, think big. That may be. Let me add that to
That's gonna be a separate joint, or that's gonna be the clock in.
It's gonna be a clock in joint.
Okay, just making sure.
You add that right now, man.
Just
put it in
making
the
sure.
notes one time. You also said something that was dope too. Culture leads to character or equals character.
Something along those lines. Culture within culture, character comes out of it. Something like that.
All right, we'll
we'll refine that.
Yeah, we'll have a shirt. We'll have a shirt for it. But the last thing I'll say on that is, you can't go into 2021 without a plan, man. Like, you know, there's a reason why Cars released the latest edition in the last half of the previous year, right? Like 2021 Cars were released in like August, right? Because they're already, it's a mindset of like, we're in the new year, we're upgrading into that new year. Every company starts strategic planning in the fall for the next year.
Yep.
Right.
I'm in the process of that now.
They don't go into January 1st and say, hey, what do we want to do this year? What do we want to accomplish? You know, what are our objectives? So start thinking about that stuff now. Start preparing yourself. One of the things I need to get better at, honestly, is getting back to the right morning routine and you know, some of the reading and stuff like that.
Doing the dishes.
Carlos, blame Carlos. But yeah, you know, start thinking now. You know, we have a month left. Plan now, and make it. And I would run your plan by somebody. Say, hey, man, what do you think about this? Someone who has credibility. Because a lot of people try to do too much, which is why they don't accomplish much.
Yeah.
You know, just start, like you said, start small, man, and but really focus on the right habits you'll need to achieve that. So that's my last advice for y'all going into the next year, man. And as we usually end, we want to have our first season 2 clock in MVP of the week. This is someone that I actually met in the summer, man. No, actually, it's funny. I haven't physically met him yet. We talked over Zoom, but I'll give you a quick background on how we got connected. So he's a recruiter. He hit me up about an opportunity. We talked about some stuff offline, and we really connected. He has a unique story. He's from France. I believe he is of Cameroon descent. Came to America to play soccer. Been here since. But he's really big on personal growth. Really big on having a success mindset. And I know he's clocking in with his job. He has some stuff going on outside his job. He's one of the most consistent guys when it comes to his fitness. He's a husband, and he's really been a big supporter of our movement, man.
Yep.
So without further ado, the first season 2 clocking MVP of the week goes to Frank DePundy.
Shout out to Frank, man.
Let's get it.
Shout out to my man Frank. So man, Frank, again, unique dude. I want to get him on because I think it'll be important for people to hear like the difference between like the African experience outside of America versus inside America.
Yeah, that's something that people need to hear
because it's different. It's different. Yeah. He has a unique perspective. He's a former athlete, college athlete, so he would have a lot of great things to say. So man, shout out to Frank, and we got a T-shirt coming for you, my guy. So that's it, man.
That's it, dog.
First episode, we back.
Season 2, man.
You know what I'm saying? We got some good stuff in store.
Clock in.
We clocked in, man.
Clock in.
Ready to go.
Let's get it, man. Look, y'all have a blessed week, man. Clock in. And appreciate y'all support, man. Love y'all.
Yes, sir.
We on our grussel, our grind and our hustle.
Shout out to E. Shout out to Nico, a.k.a. Osafuli.
Shout out to Net, man.
Shout out to Nick.
Man, we gotta call it back in.
Yeah. Just that, like, that Afro Dynamite type vibe. 70s, like, Van Freer.
Yeah.
Fight crime. This is on here. Right, tough. Oh man, I'm vibe with it.
So good to be back, man. So good to be back.
That means that he's really feeling it. So I was just ecstatic.
Like riding a bike.
Very excited.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.